Hi, everyone. Today we have Kelsey Silverstein and Ashley Zadlock here to speak to us. They are the People Operations Senior Specialists at Wisp Company. And if everyone can turn their cameras on, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren. Are you able to, I think you have to stop sharing your screen in order for me to share mine.
It should work now.
Okay, thank you.
And before we start real quick, we just wanted all of our members of BAP to just briefly introduce themselves, just so you guys know who everybody is, what major you guys are, and what your grade level is. So, see who we have on here. Lauren, if you want to go first.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a senior and an accounting student.
My name is Caitlin, and I'm a junior accounting major. Aiden, are you on?
I have to grab my computer real quick, but I'll be on momentarily.
All right. Brian, can you just briefly share who you are?
I'm Brian Schnack. I'm a senior finance major.
Jack, if you want to share.
Jack Mitchell, accounting major, sophomore.
Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a senior accounting major.
Khan.
Hi, I'm Khan. I'm a senior accounting major.
Leslie.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm a senior as well, and I'm a finance major with a minor in accounting.
Michael. Robert, are you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rob. I'm a senior accounting major.
And I'm looking, if I miss anybody else, you can feel free to jump on and just say who you are. If not, thank you guys for briefly introducing yourselves, and make sure to pay attention and ask lots of questions in the end. This is going to be really informative for everybody. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. That's really helpful. We actually haven't really been to any presentations where the members have done that. So it's really nice to hear about you guys. And thanks for also taking the time to listen to us, talk a little bit about Wisp today. Hopefully we can answer any questions you have. This won't be a full hour. So at the end, we're happy to hang out. And if anyone has questions, you can ask us then. We'll also provide our emails. So if you want to contact us after today, you have a way of keeping in touch with us as well. So I guess first and foremost, we're here on behalf of Wisp & Company. Wisp is a mid-sized public accounting firm. We have three main locations. Our headquarters is in Florham Park. We have a satellite office in Flemington and another one in New York City. And we offer your full range of accounting and business growth advisory services. All right, so first, Ashley is going to talk a little bit about herself and do an introduction like you guys did. So I will pass it over to you, Ash, if you want to kick things off.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a People Operations Senior Specialist here at Wisp. I graduated from Rutgers with a degree in accounting in 2014. And then I went back for a master's in financial accountancy and graduated in May of 2015. So I'm going to be honest, if you ask anybody at Wisp what some of their favorite things is, they're going to say the people and the culture. And I 100% agree with them. But I also want to add that while one of things I focus on is learning and development here at Wisp, that there's some really amazing opportunities here, and there's so much room for personal growth potential. The sky's the limit at Wisp. So, not a lot of red tape. And I think that's really one of the most amazing things that Wisp has to offer. Some of the things I like to do outside of Wisp, I love the beach. I love jet skiing, stand-up paddleboarding, anything that has to do with like ocean water and sun and sand, I'm in. I love rock concerts and festivals. Happy to see a lot of that is coming back finally, so I can participate. I really enjoy spending time with my family, friends, and my puppies. You'll see that in the corner, that's my boyfriend and our two dogs. And then just so you guys know, that other picture is all of the new hires from this year. And Kelsey and myself, we did a volunteer event this year that was really rewarding, actually. So happy to share that and put that in there. It was a really fun event. One thing that I wish I knew as a student is don't compare yourself to anybody else. There's always going to be somebody that's smarter or, strives for something else and does better in something, or is, more athletic than you, or whatever it is. There's always going to be somebody that's better, but just, stay true to who you are, stay true to your values. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to shine through, and you're going to be just as successful, if not more successful than them, because you were true to yourself. So just keep that in mind, and, just don't compare yourself to others.
Awesome. Thanks, Ash. Okay, so I'm Kelsey, also a People Operations Senior Specialist at Wisp. I graduated from Rutgers, New Brunswick in 2018, and I've been at Wisp ever since. So coming on to 4 years, which is crazy. I also interned at Wisp in 2016, so that was my sophomore year. My favorite things about Wisp, like echoing a very similar sentiment as Ashley, but the people and the opportunities for growth, with what I studied and kind of what I was thinking I would do, I could pretty much do it anywhere. It wouldn't, necessarily have to be an accounting firm. But I felt something special about Wisp, and I feel still to this day, which is why I'm still here, that they really let you take ownership of your career and make kind of really autonomous decisions on what you want to work on and the path you want to go down. So I've always appreciated that. And I would say my life outside of Wisp includes watching bad reality TV, working out. Usually since the pandemic started, I got a Peloton. So that's been lucky for me. That's been what I've been doing. And the gym I belong to actually closed. So it just worked out really well that I got that when I did. Spending time with friends and family. And then my puppy Briley, he's in the right-hand corner. He's turning 2 next month. So I guess he's not technically a puppy anymore, but he still definitely acts like one. He's actually behind me on the floor. So if you hear like a crinkling or a bark, it's like almost his like witching hour. So I apologize in advance for any weird noises. But he's awesome. He's a handful, but the last few years getting him has definitely been my silver lining. And then one thing I wish I knew as a student, so I always kind of say this in interviews if candidates ask me like, little tips or things I wish I knew back then, would just be, get involved and try to make sure that you're, always being well-rounded and not just solely focused on your academics. Obviously your GPA matters, but obviously you're all in the same club, something within a business field, you all go to the same school. So ultimately these kind of factors are not really differentiators. And so if you're involved in any clubs that are, unique to a passion of yours, if you volunteer, if you studied abroad, like these things I would say they make you stand out. So definitely those are equally as important in at least my eyes, and I know Wisp's eyes. So continue pursuing them and make time for those things, because you'll have more to talk about in a conversation. And I think overall you'll just be happier that you weren't just kind of solely focused on your major, and that's kind of all there is. All right, so Ash is just going to quickly kind of go over some of our most recent accolades that we are very proud of.
Yes. So I actually opened this up on our website because I'm going to be honest with all of you, I am blind as a bat, and this is way too small for me to read. So, just really exciting to share some of the things that we've accomplished with you guys. So Forbes named us. So I'm going to be honest, the reason I'm looking the other way is because I'm looking at my screen. Forbes named us America's Best Accounting Firms in 2022. Some of the names on that list, involved Big Four and other, firms. And just to be a part of that was really rewarding for us. We've worked really hard, and I love, I know Kelsey can say the same. We love being a part of something like that. We were also awarded by Design Rush top accounting companies for 2022, and that's within the New York metropolitan area. So that's really exciting to have such a large presence within the New York City location. And then in 2021, Inside Public Accounting named us top 100 firms, as well as Accounting Today. So just to be on that list like I said, along with companies like the Big Four, is really rewarding. Our hard work shows. So definitely some fun stuff to share.
Awesome, thanks. So I have a quick, just a minute or so long video to show you guys. What's cool is Wisp is kind of in the midst of a rebrand, and they're kind of subtle changes. So for instance, our logo has slightly changed. We're kind of going for this like lowercase, more techie look. Our website is, we're going to be like launching kind of the rebrand of the website soon. And with those changes also came some more marketing content that we were able to create. So I'd say in like November, December, we had like this external marketing team kind of come in and shoot some videos and pictures around the office. We're really proud to kind of showcase our space because we've only been in this office like 2 years just about. And so we never really had a chance for individuals to fully interview in our space and just kind of tour it, apart from a few one-off events and kind of special circumstances here and there. So you guys will be able to see our people, which we're also very proud of, but also our kind of new headquarters as well.
At Wisp, it's not just a job. It's really an extension of who you are. In the way that I see it, we're this flourishing community, all working together toward the same goal. Job satisfaction is about being proud of what you do and who you are, no matter the arena. That's why at Wisp, we value excellence, truth, freedom, and authenticity.
Here at Wisp, we embrace people. We nurture our talent. We want people who will be the right fit for our community and for our culture. We want the experience at Wisp to be so good that you come away from your time here better than when you joined us originally. And that's at where you're at in your career.
Of our videos and hearing from like leadership and individuals of all levels. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see that in the last month or so, we've uploaded quite a few of these videos. And I think they're really small kind of snippets, but they, I think, do a really nice job of explaining kind of this culture and the environment that we kind of boast about. You'll be able to kind of really see what we're talking about. Okay, so this slide is really
fancy for audit. So if, you know, that's something that interests you, I spent 5 years of my career at Wisp over in our audit department, absolutely loved it. And tax, it's what you would expect. It's really a fantastic place to start your career, especially if you have an interest in tax. There's so many avenues you can take that. Outsourced accounting is really where we kind of do the back end side for our clients. So what we mean by that is just, you know, they may not have a sophisticated accounting, you know, group within their company. So they outsource it to our, you know, firm, and those individuals will help them, you know, figure out bank recs, month-end close, drafting up financial statements for them. That's kind of what falls into outsourced accounting. Early stage, that's for startup companies. So companies that are really trying to figure out how to get off the ground and figure out, do they need funding? Do they need bank lending? And we'll go out and help them find a variety of different banks and kind of negotiate different offers from those banks using all of our contacts, and help them kind of figure out what works best and what they're looking for. They may even be looking to sell as they get those earlier stages of business. So it's a really cool field. Advisory services. So this is what I like to explain to, you know, accounting students as the best of both worlds, private and public accounting. If you're not sure if you're interested in either one, you get the feel of public accounting with a variety of different clients. That's kind of where they lie and what they're dealing with. Transaction advisory. So transaction advisory has a lot to do with due diligence, financial sponsorship, sometimes there's M&A in there. You know, there's potential business valuation in there, capital formation of a company. So it's a newer department, but you know, Kelsey can also tell you that we're hiring for that group. And so it's kind of nice to be a part of something that's growing and, you know, be on the ground flourish. And then the last one is family office. So this is what we would consider our wealth management group, estate services, as well as, you know, their individuals, as well as, you know, risk management and asset protection for our, you know, high net worth individuals within the firm. So we offer a lot of services and not just your basic accounting or finance that you may expect or know from, you know, what you learn in school. So definitely really great to check out the different service offerings that Wisp has.
Thanks, Ash. And yeah, just one more point to kind of add to that. So with the array of services, you know, I think historically speaking, a public accounting firm and Wisp included in that, we typically would just kind of look at accounting majors. And I think now with the array of options, as well as the kind of like intricacies of each of these areas, you know, if you're a finance major, if you're something more in the analytics area, information systems, something like that, I would say if you have interest, or, you know, you're not necessarily sold on the CPA route, but you still like have interest in working in an accounting firm and kind of seeing like what that kind of could branch off into, we definitely would still, you know, consider you for a lot of our opportunities. So even if you're not an accounting major on this call, I hope you didn't lose interest, because we definitely would still love to, you know, talk to you about the opportunities that might be better suited for what you're looking to do. Okay, so the Wisp 4 core ways. So on our website we have up, and so basically the 4 core ways are just kind of the pillars that we think embody what it means to be successful at Wisp. They're pretty all-encompassing. Of course, there's other traits that would make you successful, but ultimately what's really cool is these 4 core ways were kind of created looking at the individuals already successful at Wisp. So the culture was always there, and we just kind of then created these pillars and modeled them after successful Wisp employees. So it's authentic, and the culture is not something that was kind of cultivated. It's just the type of people we hire. They, you know, that it tends to be that they excel in these areas. So the first being advocate. So, you know, I guess it really means advocating for your client's best interests at all times. But I think it's being like an advocate for, you know, your coworkers, Wisp in general, your community and organizations that you want to champion. So I just think it's just meaning, you know, looking out for the people you work with as well as your client's best interests. Impact. So this is kind of the technical side and career development side. So what is it that you want to, you know, what do you want to achieve within your career? Are you going to go back to school for another degree or designation? You know, we have individuals studying for their CPA, their CFA, some are going back for their master's in taxation, their MBA. It could mean that you really want to, you know, lead a training this year, or you want to work in a certain industry. So it's really just kind of your goals and your plans to achieve those goals within your career. Care, I would say, is probably like the quintessential Wisp word. So this is uplifting yourself and others. This is being a positive person others want to be around. You know, especially in the season that we're currently in, you spend a lot of time at work and you spend a lot of time working with your coworkers. And so we really want people who are positive, you know, friendly people. And it seems so simple and something that you would just assume everybody is. But, you know, when it comes down to it, when you're working really late or you're dealing with a difficult client or whatever the situation might be, the person who kind of like can lift up everybody in the room is someone that everyone's going to gravitate towards and want to work with. So we're really interested in those types of people. And then lastly, collaborate. So, you know, ultimately, most of what we do is very team-based at Wisp. Whether you're on an engagement or you're kind of part of like a tax return, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to, in some way, shape, or form, have to communicate with others, potentially rely upon others, provide your portion of the work to somebody else once you've completed it. So we're looking for team players, individuals who put we before I, and obviously understand that the client is first, and you might not love everybody you work with, and that's totally normal. I'm sure you guys can relate, whether it's on group projects or whatever it might be. But ultimately, we're all working towards a common goal, right? So we have to still kind of put those differences aside and be able to achieve whatever it is that's in front of us. And so collaborate is really important, I think, in life in general, but being successful at Wisp really depends on that too. So these 4 make up the 4 core ways. Okay, so a little bit about our opportunities. So currently, and I'm sure we might get questions about this, so I'll say it right now, our summer internship opportunities are filled for 2022. Within the next month or so, we're going to post for spring 2023 internships. So I would really encourage you guys, if you have interest in Wisp, stay in touch with us because they're going to go live soon, and we would love to start considering you. I know it seems like we're very early. We're trying to remain competitive in this kind of market and environment we're in, where people are kind of looking at candidates earlier and earlier. So I definitely recommend, if you're interested in doing an internship with us, hang tight because you guys are located very close to Wisp. So it would be very, I would think, kind of easy geographically speaking for you to be able to do a spring internship. In terms of what we still have open, so for fall 2022, we have a few entry-level full-time positions still available within CFO advisory and tax. So if you're interested, directions are right there. You can go to wisp.com. Under the careers tab, you can click join our team and apply directly there. We also have these openings up still on Handshake too. So I know you guys use Handshake. You can apply in either location, and you only need to apply once. So whichever is easier for you works for us. And up on the screen now is our email. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either Ashley or myself. We're happy to be a resource for you guys through application process. If you would like us to just look over your resume, I'm more than happy to help you with that if I can. And I would say too, if you do wind up finding an opening that you're interested in, feel free to email either one of us and let us know you submitted your application. I always try to tell individuals that come to a presentation and just take that extra step. I like to kind of reward initiative in that way. And I think if you're doing that and you came to this, clearly that shows that you're interested. So I would love to be able to look at your resume too. So yeah, I would say if you have any questions and you don't feel comfortable asking them right now, you can always follow up with an email too. But that is it from our presentation portion today. So thank you guys very much for listening. And we're happy to hang around if anyone has any questions.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Lauren.
So for Ashley, you mentioned that you were originally in audit, correct? Can you explain why you switched from audit to the position you're at right now?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I got to a point where I had to make a decision between my CPA exam or kind of what I wanted to do with my life. And I kind of put my CPA exam off for a very long time, 5 years to be exact. And as much as I loved audit, what I found was I loved the people of Wisp more. So what I did was I approached some different people at Wisp and just asked more ways I can get involved. I started doing trainings as one of my first initiatives, and then it just kind of started spiraling into something else. And I eventually full-time moved over to Kelsey's team on the people operations side because I was just ready for something different. It had nothing to do with what I was doing. I just decided to make a change and I just didn't want to do my exam. So if I can give any of you advice, do not wait 5 years to do your CPA exam. If any of you follow me on LinkedIn, there are massive changes coming to the CPA exam in 2024. So just a little heads up, get it done as fast as you possibly can. It's so rewarding to get those 3 letters at the end of your name, especially if you want it, or CFP, whatever it is you want.
Have you ever thought about going back into audit, or do you like where you're at right now?
I love where I'm at right now. I'm still very heavily involved in the development and the growth of all of the individuals within the department. So I work very closely with the practice area leaders of audit still, as well as tax, advisory, and the other departments. So I've been there to help them. I do some trainings with the interns and the staff. So I still get to test my skills here and there, and I kind of can bridge the gap between the trainings on maybe what they need or what's missing. But I absolutely love what I'm doing now, and I love the developmental piece of it, and just being involved on that aspect and really building out what the learning looks like at Wisp.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Of course.
Any other questions?
I actually have a question. I've heard of some accounting firms like sponsoring when you take the CPA exam by like providing you with like a stipend for your what's it called, your course books and like training materials. Do you guys offer that?
We do, yeah. So we have kind of a 3-part, I guess, like structure in place to help offset the cost. So we will cover like between Becker, Roger, and we can kind of deal with one-off unique if you're using a different vendor. We'll cover review materials. So that's obviously like, you know, any practice tests, whatever can be covered kind of within that package there. Every past exam you can expense and we will reimburse you for it. So obviously, you know, once you pass all 4 parts, you just submit it and we will pay you back. And then lastly, we have like a bonus structure in place. So it's a really nice like amount if you complete all 4 parts within your first year of working at Wisp. There's another like within year 2, and then anytime after year 2, it's the same amount. But we've definitely seen an uptick in passing ever since implementing that structure. And so it kind of lights a fire under people to get it done within year 1. But yeah, we're hoping that those 3 parts kind of help. We understand you're graduating, right? And then it's like this huge time and financial, you know, commitment. And at that point, you know, it's quite costly to have to do all this stuff. So we have those in place. And then also I would say, if you're interested in other like designations and stuff, as long as you bring it up to like the practice area leader of your group, whether it's half, like 50% of tuition or the whole thing, as long as it's really kind of applicable to what you're doing. I've yet to see a situation where we turn down covering any kind of percentage of whatever that like tuition looks like. So I love that we're starting to cover more things. I saw that we covered somebody got a certification in machine learning. So that was really cool for me to see. We have individuals getting their master's in taxation. A lot of them are actually getting it at FDU. And so, yeah, I would say we have quite an array of things that we're willing to cover, which is great because it's just showing that the industry is like evolving and adding kind of more areas within the sector. That's really exciting to see.
And I do want to add to that, you know, when you think of exams, the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of you may be the CPA, but some of you may be on the CFP track or the CMA track. And that's something else that we're, you know, kind of structuring similar to the CPA, something that we're working on building out kind of what that looks like, what the resources look like. And it's going to be a similar build out with the same 3 kind of structures that Kelsey mentioned. So, you know, CPA isn't the only one that's built like that. So just something you want to keep in mind that, you know, if you have that dream to get, you know, a CFP, it's not limited when you go to an accounting firm, just CPA. There is potential for other certifications. So just keep that in mind. And Wisp is one of those places where we're building that out. And we are having more people with interest in CMA, CFP, CFA maybe is one, but all these different things people have interest in, and we're working on it with them.
Has anyone in BAP had an internship with them before? If anyone has and wants to share a little bit about it, that would be nice. I'm not sure who's in the mix here, but
yeah, I could probably take a look and see if any names ring a bell. I don't think anyone in this group currently has had an internship. But some names look very familiar to me. So I appreciate you guys showing like continued interest. That's awesome.
Anyone have any upcoming with Wisp to share?
We definitely have had and continue to have tons of like FDU students at Wisp. It's definitely one of our top pools of candidates. So
that's great. Yeah, it's always nice to have you guys back. I was on your Women in Business call not too long ago too.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's nice to see you guys back. Be
Thanks
able to
for
talk to
joining in.
us.
Anyone have like any other questions or like looking for feedback or like anything like that? Well, if anything comes up and you want to reach out, please feel free to, reach out to us and we're happy to be a resource for you guys. I know it's looking at internships and your first jobs can be a little daunting, especially in this kind of climate we're in where, events are like kind of happening. Like you can't fully get to know an employer, I feel like you may be used to. And we're, just so you know, looking to do more like in-person type stuff, so long as everything kind of remains kind of at bay. So, we're happy to share that. I think we're going to try to push potentially for the summer for like a career exploration day, where you guys can come to our office and just hear from some people, get a tour of the space. So more to come on that. And we will certainly post for that once that more information becomes available. But in the meantime, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. And I look forward to hopefully seeing some of you guys apply to some of our openings.
And for those of you that are interested in any of the CPA exam changes, I am one of those people that completely shares all of this crazy stuff on LinkedIn. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, I'm always sharing, changes that are coming to the CPA exam, updates to the CPA exam, what to do after you pass, our current openings. Like I'm pretty active on there. So it's a great place to kind of see what's going on. And I'm going to try to start doing that with the CFP and like other ones too. I have to learn a little more about them on my end. I know a lot about the CPA, but I'm learning more about the others. So keep an eye out for that, especially if you have interest in that. It's just a good way to obtain information quickly. So definitely a good place to stay connected.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. And I hope you have a good rest of your week.
Thank you guys. I just want to say, BAP members, can you stay on for a couple of minutes? I have a couple of announcements, but thank you both for coming to speak to us today.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so next week is spring break. Just letting you all know, we don't have a meeting and we're not going to have tutor hours. And I did receive an email today. After spring break, we have Miss Rose coming from Passion for People. And she emailed me, and one of her clients is looking for someone that can work for them for 2 to 3 hours a day on some accounts payable work. If you're interested, let me know. It's remote, and she said it's super easy. You can email me. I'll also be sending an email out with more information. So just let me know if you guys are interested or if someone's interested. Caitlin, do you have anything else?
Yeah, so we also solidified our service project. So I'm not exactly sure for our end date when we're going to be going up to yet, but we'll send out an email for sure with that. But we are looking to have toiletries, pajamas, or tops. We're going to be donating to, Lauren, do you remember the exact name of the place? I don't have it in front of me.
I don't remember.
We'll send it out in an email, but if you guys want to start thinking about toiletries and pajamas and tops that you can donate, we're going to probably do the same thing where we're going to have a bin at the Metro campus and a bin at the Florham campus with more details in an email probably coming out this week. So stay tuned for that. But we'll probably ask that you take a picture with your donation and you can send it to us via email on Instagram just so we know we can mark you down for credit. Trying to think. Do you have anything else, Lauren?
No, I don't think so.
I think that is all. So if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to us and enjoy the break. We all need it. And we'll see you guys back in 2 weeks.
Enjoy your break.